Well, there's still about a month or so remaining in the boys' high school basketball season before sectionals begin. The race for the Hoosier Crossroads Conference title still is a little bit up for grabs, but one team controls their own destiny in hunting for their fourth consecutive HCC title, and they'll start that trip tonight as the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, ranked number 4 in Class 4 in the state of Indiana. They have traveled to the west side of Indianapolis to take on the Avon Orioles tonight on Audio Sports Online. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to high school basketball on ASO. My name is Brian Scott. Tonight we are at Avon High School at the O-Arena, the home of the Orioles, where the fourth-ranked Royals come in with a record of 11-1. They'll take on the 7-7 Avon Orioles tonight. I want to welcome all of our fans from Hamilton Southeastern as well as from Avon in tonight's joint broadcast. Also like to thank those that are watching via xrbradio.com, the voice of Hendricks County, and of course all of our fans watching via the Hendricks County Flyer. Glad you could join us for high school basketball tonight on Audio Sports Online. Hamilton Southeastern, as I mentioned, ranked number 4 in Class 4A. They have won their last 8 in a row, and they hold the HCC title in their hands as they control their own destiny. They are 5-0 in the conference, 11-1 overall, and the teams that are below them, they have already defeated this season, as Fishers has a 4-1 record, Noblesville with a 3-1 record. Both those teams have already fallen to the Royals this season. So Coach Brian Satterfield's club holds destiny in their own hands, and while there's still about 5-6 weeks left to go in the boys basketball season, there's not that many Hoosier Crossroads Conference games remaining for Hamilton Southeastern. They will play tonight here at Avon. They will play at McCutcheon next week, and then they will only have 2 more games, Westfield and Lafayette Jefferson. Westfield is in the same situation that Avon is in, currently 2-2 in the conference. Avon is likewise. Avon comes into tonight's game with a record of 7-7. And Jason Young's team, fresh off of a Hendricks County tournament championship, their third consecutive, has fallen on a 2-game losing streak since winning that championship. They fell to Noblesville on the 11th by the score 46-41. And then they played Decatur Central earlier this week in a rare Tuesday night boys game. And for Avon, if you throw out the second quarter and the fourth quarter, in which they performed rather poorly, they did very well against Decatur Central. But Decatur Central outscored them 12-6 in the second and outscored them 30-24 in that fourth quarter to come away with a 66-62 victory over the Orioles. Aaron Bodie had 21 points for Avon, while Carter Van Wansel chipped in 17 for the Orioles, who fell to 7-7 on the season. Meanwhile, Hamilton Southeastern is coming off of a game last Friday night. It's been a week since the Royals have played, and they played Brownsburg last Friday back at Hamilton Southeastern High School. This was a nip-tuck affair all the way through, as first-year coach Ronald Norad's Brownsburg Bulldogs team pretty much taking a cue from their coach's former college team, Butler, played a very, very scrappy game throughout, and it would be a fourth quarter that Hamilton Southeastern would finally kind of come off the mat and wake up offensively as they came away with a 72-61 victory in that contest. Zach Irvin had 24 points for Hamilton Southeastern as well as 8 rebounds, and it was really down the stretch. Eric Davidson coming down with 6 of 6 from the charity stripe in that fourth quarter as the Royals pulled away from Brownsburg late to win that game 72-61, push their record to 11-1 and 5-0 in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. Tonight we'll see what happens as Hamilton Southeastern comes to Avon. This Avon Oriole team is not what a lot of Hamilton Southeastern fans might remember, with a lot of inside-outside looks, as we talked to Coach Brian Satterfield in his weekly coaches podcast earlier in the week. Avon now relies much more on a perimeter game. They do have a couple of larger players, and as I mentioned, Aaron Bodie, who had 21 points against Decatur Central, one of their few true inside threats for the Orioles. Meanwhile, they mainly rely on a lot of three-point baskets. Carter Van Wansel is a deadly three-point shooter, and their other big man, Connor Funkhauser, also tends to rely on quite a few three-point shots. So this is an Orioles team that will look to play a lot of zone and then also look to hit from the perimeter. For Hamilton Southeastern, the main concern for Avon is how do you stop Zach Irvin, who comes in averaging over 25 points per game and just a little over 9 rebounds per game. For Hamilton Southeastern, while Aaron Bodie is their main inside presence for Avon, the Royals can throw 3 players at Aaron Bodie. They will start off with Ross Risley, and then they have Nick Wethington that is also capable of working down low, and also Larry Johnson. So where the Orioles have one player that mainly works down in the low blocks, Hamilton Southeastern can defend him with 3 different players, and it'll be Ross Risley that will start this game for Coach Satterfield. Hamilton Southeastern comes into tonight's contest leading the HCC in scoring. They average over 67 points per game, and they give up just shy of 56 points per game, but they have an average margin that is the best in the HCC. That's 11.5 point differential during this season so far. For Avon, they score about 52.5 points per game, they score a little over 56 points per game. They give up about 52.5 points. That's a margin of 3.5 points. So we'll see how Avon can control Hamilton Southeastern as we get ready for this contest. It will be the 3-point shooting of Avon that will try to keep them in this contest tonight against the 4th-ranked Hamilton Southeastern Royals. Hamilton Southeastern, no shortage of 3-point shooters themselves. We talk about Zach Irvin. He's deadly from just about anywhere. Guard Eric Davidson for Hamilton Southeastern, also a deadly 3-point shooter. And then you'll see Tyler Jenkins and several others that can stop and pop and hit the 3. One of the things for Coach Satterfield that he's always concerned about is when Hamilton Southeastern starts to fall in love with that shot. When they're making them, they're as good as anybody and can quickly jump out to a double-digit lead. But when they're missing them, they'll tend to try to shoot themselves back into it with that 3, and at times that's got them into some trouble during this season. It is the Coaches versus Cancer game here at Avon High School. And before we talk about that and give you our starting lineups, we're going to have tonight's national anthem. Another excellent rendition of our national anthem performed by the Avon Pep Band, one of the more locally and nationally renowned schools and bands in the country, the Avon Marching Band, and, of course, the Avon Pep Band here at Avon High School. Brian Scott back at the arena at Avon High School as we get ready for number 4, Hamilton Southeastern and Avon tonight. Let's give you the particulars for tonight's contest. The head coach for the visiting Hamilton Southeastern Royals is Brian Satterfield. He has a record of 187-75 in his 12th year at the helm of Hamilton Southeastern. And for the Orioles, Jason Young is the head coach. He has a record of 104-82 in his 9th year at the helm of the Orioles and 156-142 in his 12th season overall. As we take a look at the Sagarin rankings coming into tonight's game, Avon ranked number 4 in Class 4A. According to the polls, via the Sagarin ranking, they're ranked number 5 in Class 4A, number 6 overall in the state of Indiana, while Avon is ranked 31st in Class 4A and ranked 40th overall. Last time that Hamilton Southeastern took the court, they knocked off Brownsburg last Friday, 72-61, while Avon lost to Decatur Central 66-62 last Tuesday. Over the past 15 years, Hamilton Southeastern has had the better of this matchup. They have a 9-3 record, but playing here at the O Arena has always been tough for Coach Satterfield's team. You only have to go back 2 years ago when it took a Jacoby Bledsoe 3 for the Royals to come away with a victory, and last year it was no problem for the Royals. They defeated the Orioles 83-66 back at Hamilton Southeastern. Let's give you our starting lineups for tonight. The Royals will be in the road blue, the Avon Orioles in the home whites, and we'll start with the visiting Hamilton Southeastern Royals. Again, the head coach Brian Satterfield. A 3-guard lineup. Starting at a guard is the 6'1 senior Paul Furlan. At the other guard is the 6'2 junior Tyler Jenkins. The third guard is the 6'1 junior Eric Davidson. At forward, a 6'4 senior Ross Risley, and the other forward, a 6'8 senior and an Indiana Mr. Basketball candidate, Zach Irvin. Once again, for Coach Satterfield and the Royals in the backcourt, it'll be Furlan, Jenkins, and Davidson, and up front, it will be Risley and Irvin. Those are the starting 5 for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. For the Avon Orioles, Coach Jason Young's team, a more traditional look, a 2-guard, 2-forward, 1-center lineup. Starting at guard is the 6' senior Jordan Rhodes. The other guard is a 6'4 junior Connor Funkhauser. At forward, a 6'4 junior and deadly from the perimeter, Carter Van Wansel. The other forward is a 6'4 junior Levi Bailey, and the man in the middle is a 6'5 senior Aaron Bodie. So it'll be Rhodes and Funkhauser in the backcourt, Van Wansel, Bodie, and Bailey across the front line for the Orioles. Those are your starting lineups tonight as we get ready for basketball here at Avon High School. I want to thank our fans from Hamilton Southeastern and Avon for joining us tonight, and of course our fans watching tonight via xrbradio.com, the voice of Hendricks County, and the Hendricks County Flyer. Thanks for tuning in for high school basketball on ASO. Players are out at center court. It'll be Ross Risley jumping center, and he will do so against Aaron Bodie. Royals in blue, Orioles in white, and we're about ready for basketball here on ASO. Glad you could join us from the O-Arena at Avon High School. Ball is in the air, and the tip is controlled by Avon. Funkhauser tries to lob it to Van Wansel, but Paul Furlan steals it out of midair. And the first turnover goes to Avon. Here's Risley in the low block. Spins, turnaround jumper is up and good. And just like that, the Royals convert the turnover into points. And it's a 2-0 Southeastern lead just underway in this contest. Down low, finding underneath is Levi Bailey on a nice pass from Carter Van Wansel, and the game's tied at 2. 2-2-1 press now by Avon, but Southeastern into the front court. Paul Furlan thinks about a 3, kicks it out. Zach Irvin will pop the 3, rattles it in, and drops it. We talk about Avon working a lot from the perimeter, but Hamilton Southeastern with a bevy of 3-point shooters as well. Bailey with the basketball to Van Wansel. Here's a Van Wansel 3. That's off the rim, no good. Davidson has the rebound for Southeastern. Royals with the basketball and a 3-point lead. Paul Furlan will give it back to Davidson, as the Royals will swing it around into the hands of Tyler Jenkins. Around an Irvin screen, picks up his dribble and throws it back out. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left to go opening quarter. Southeastern with a 5-2 advantage. Tyler Jenkins, top of the key, just in front of the arc, no good. Rebounded by Risley, out to Furlan for 3. Paul Furlan knocks the 3 from the left wing, and Southeastern races out to an 8-2 lead with 6:20 left to go in this first quarter. Jordan Rhodes with the basketball against the Hamilton Southeastern man-to-man, drives in the lane, and we'll have a whistle as Rhodes had dropped it off to Levi Bailey, but a whistle will stop play. The first foul of this contest belongs to Southeastern against Tyler Jenkins. His first team first, as they get the ball to Funkhauser. Funkhauser with a right hand, shot no good. Bailey's shot is rejected by Irvin. Getting the basketball is Rhodes. His shot's no good, but he gets his own rebound. Bodie will kick it out to Van Wansel, guarded by Paul Furlan. Now to Jordan Rhodes. Rhodes down low. Here is Aaron Bodie. His shot short off the rim. Gets his own rebounded, rejected by Irvin. Furlan leads the break, throws it ahead, and putting it up and in is Ross Risley. And we will have a quick timeout called by Hamilton Southeastern. A 30-second timeout with 5:40 left to go in this opening quarter of play. And Hamilton Southeastern has raced out in front to a 10-2 lead. This is high school basketball on Audio Sports Online. And once again, our joint broadcast tonight, I'd like to welcome our Orioles and Royals fans, also fans watching via xrbradio.com, the voice of Hendricks County, and the Hendricks County Flyer, proud corporate video sponsor here on Audio Sports Online. Southeastern with a couple of buckets in transition and some excellent defense have raced out to an 8-point lead. As Aaron Bodie will trigger the inbounds from the baseline, and he'll look over the 2-2-1 press by Southeastern. Bodie with the basketball over to Rhodes. Rhodes back to Bodie, and Bodie brings it into the front court. Bodie works, almost loses it, gives it to Funkhauser. Funkhauser steps in just in front of the three-point line. Shot no good. Ball still loose. Van Wansel comes away with it for the Orioles. He will give it to Bodie from just to the right of the elbow. Shot no good. And Davidson clears it for Southeastern. Outlets it to Jenkins. And Jenkins will pull it up for the right side. Now drives baseline. Wraparound layup is good. Jenkins with his first point, and Southeastern has already built a double-digit lead at 12-2, just 3 minutes into this contest. Here's a ball almost stolen by Zach Irvin, but Carter Van Wansel gets it, gives it to Aaron Bodie. Bodie works, loses it, and into the hands of Paul Furlan, and then Bodie knocks Furlan down from behind, and we'll have our first foul. Actually, I'm going to call Connor Funkhauser on the foul, his first team foul against the Orioles. 12-2, Southeastern out in front. 4:48 left to go in this opening quarter of play. Zach Irvin out front to Eric Davidson. Davidson dribbles around, takes it to the cup, and puts it up and in. Davidson with a bucket, and now all 5 Southeastern starters have scored. And the 4th-ranked Royals have a 12-point lead. They get the ball down low, and getting the bucket in the low blocks is Levi Bailey. He has both of the Avon Orioles buckets, and it's still a 10-point lead. Eric Davidson, shot fake, steps up, has it stolen away. Here's Funkhauser. Funkhauser drives right side of the lane. Shot is short. Putback is no good, but Van Wansel's putback is no good. And finally, Risley comes down with it for Hamilton Southeastern. Left side to Davidson. He'll lay it off the glass, get the bucket, and one. Davidson with his 4th point. Foul's going to go against Avon. And it'll go against Jordan Rhodes, his first, team second. And Eric Davidson's at the line to see if he can complete the 3-point play. He does just that. Eric Davidson with 5 points, a 17-4 Royals lead, just a little more than halfway through this opening quarter. Rhodes is able to get it in the front court, gives it to Funkhauser. Funkhauser drives left lane, gets the bucket and the foul. Southeastern foul goes against Paul Furlan, his first, team second. And Funkhauser at the line, see if he can complete the 3-point play. That one's short off the rim. Irvin with a rebound for Southeastern. 17-6, Southeastern with a lead. Irvin drives, pull-up jumper, left side is good. Irvin with 5 points, a 13-point Southeastern lead. As Jordan Rhodes brings it into the front court. Left-hand dribble at the left elbow, feeds down low. Was trying to find Levi Bailey cutting baseline. It'll be knocked out of bounds by Ross Risley, and we'll keep it down here in the Oriole front court. 3:25 left to go, opening quarter. Bodie triggers the inbound from the baseline. Funkhauser back down low to Bodie. Bodie works on Risley. That shot is short. Flying through the lane is Connor Funkhauser. His putback is short, but a whistle will stop play, and the foul will go against the Royals. Foul will go against Ross Risley, his first, team foul number 3 against the Royals, and Connor Funkhauser is at the line to shoot 2. Funkhauser just missed the one free throw on the and one attempt. He misses that one as well. Substitutions for Hamilton Southeastern. Larry Johnson, Tyler Janney come in. Paul Furlan, Ross Risley depart. As we mentioned, Avon may have Aaron Bodie, that's their more steady inside presence, but Hamilton Southeastern able to put 3 players on them. Second, Funkhauser finally able to convert a free throw. He hits the second, and it's a 12-point Southeastern lead with 3:15 left to go in this first quarter. Tyler Jenkins crosses over left wing, pull up 3 on its way. That one's no good. Funkhauser with a rebound. Connor brings it into the front court, drives down the lane. A whistle will stop action as the foul is going to be committed on the drive. As more substitutions, this one's going to go against Zach Irvin. That'll be his first, team's 4th. And Funkhauser back at the line where he's 1 of 3 so far. For Avon, Sam Bloom and Logan White set to check in after this free throw, as Funkhauser misses the first. And for Hamilton Southeastern, it will be Chris Ford and Wade Traeger, as Eric Davidson and Tyler Jenkins depart. Funkhauser, who's made only 1 of 4, 2 of 5. He has 4 points, and it's an 11-point Southeastern lead with 3 minutes left to go first quarter. Janney with the basketball, goes right side to Irvin. Irvin around to Johnson's screen. Johnson, a little pump fake, puts it up, leaves it short. Rebound controlled by Jordan Rhodes of Avon. Rhodes into the front court, dribbles, gives it up. A little jumper from about 12 feet, no good by Logan White. Irvin with the rebound, left side Wade Traeger. Traeger to Irvin. Irvin stops, pops, 3, hits. Zach Irvin with 8 points, a pair of threes. It's a 22-8 Royals lead with 2:23 left to go in this first quarter of play. Southeastern raced out in front, and they are opening it up on Avon, and now a little miscommunication, but we're going to have a foul called, as there's going to be a hold on Southeastern, which would explain why the pass missed so badly. Tyler Janney was called for the foul, his first, team 5th. Rhodes with the inbound, finds Bodie, back to Rhodes, and Rhodes, they'll say, never established himself into the court of play when he got the pass back. So the ball goes back to Hamilton Southeastern. 22-8, 2:10 left to go in this first period. Janney into the front court. Right side, Zach Irvin. Zach, pull-up jumper on its way. Zach Irvin hitting everything he throws up just about right now. He has 10 points, 24-8. The Royals out in front. Jordan Rhodes drives, is stopped. They swing it around. This is Aaron Bodie. Bodie working on Larry Johnson. Puts it up with a right hand, and a nice little turnaround move by Aaron Bodie gives him his first 2 points of this contest. A 14-point Southeastern lead. Zach Irvin, that one's no good, off of the side of the rim. And Tyler Janney, trying to save it, will throw it off of the sideline, and the ball goes into the hands of Avon. Jordan Klein now comes in for Connor Funkhauser for Jason Young's Orioles. They trail by 14 with 1:28 left to go, opening quarter. Southeastern went on an 8-2 run to begin this game. They got a steal on the very first possession, converted it into a basket, and they've been off and running since. Up top, Sam Bloom with the basketball, working against Chris Ford. And he'll hand the ball off to Jordan Klein. Ford on a switch. Klein looking to give the ball up to somebody, finds Logan White. White, guarded by Zach Irvin, will give it up to Jordan Rhodes. Irvin will switch off on Rhodes. Under a minute left to go, first quarter. 24-10 remains our score. Klein loses his dribble, finds Rhodes, and Rhodes just in front of the three-point line has his first bucket of the game. And the Royals' lead has been cut to 12 as Janney working against Jordan Klein. Klein thought it went off of Tyler Janney, but officials say they'll keep it down here at the Royals' end. Substitutions for Brian Satterfield's Hamilton Southeastern Royals, Paul Furlan and Nick Wethington now in. Larry Johnson and Tyler Janney depart. 42.6 seconds remain in this fast-moving first quarter. Southeastern with the lead in the basketball is Zach Irvin, who's been hitting everything almost at will. Right-hand drive gives it up to Wade Traeger. Traeger working on Rhodes, left side Paul Furlan. Furlan gives it to Traeger, drives baseline, and we'll have a whistle and a foul that looks like it's going to go against Logan White of Avon. It will only be the third team foul against the Orioles. Now they'll give it on Jordan Klein, his first. And they'll say Traeger in the act of shooting. We'll head to the line to shoot a pair. All 5 of the Royals starters scored in this first quarter. Traeger's first free throw is off the front rim. It remains a 12-point Southeastern advantage with 27.1 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Traeger to see if he can split the free throws. Second free throw is up. It is good. And Avon will bring Connor Funkhauser back in for this final 27.1 and send Logan White to the bench. 25-12, Royals with the lead. Klein into the front court with 17 seconds remaining. Gets it down low to Sam Bloom, and as soon as Bloom gets the basketball, we'll have a foul called against Nick Wethington of Hamilton Southeastern. It is the 16th foul, so with 15 and a tenth seconds remaining, the next Royal team foul will put the Orioles at the line for the remainder of this half. As they try to get the ball inbound to Bodie, poked away, Paul Furlan has it. Furlan, cross court to Ford, to Traeger. 6 seconds remain. They get it into Zach Irvin's hands. He will stop, tries to throw it to Wethington. Funkhauser from 3/4 court can't get it to drop, and that's the end of the first quarter of play. We played 8 minutes at the O-Arena at Avon High School. Hamilton Southeastern raced out to an 8-2 run to begin this game, and they lead after one, 25-12. This is Royals basketball on Audio Sports Online. Fans, we'd like to thank our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, as well as their title sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. Thank you, Hendricks County Flyer, for allowing us to bring you Avon varsity basketball live on the web. Fans, do you remember old-fashioned values, good food, and good times? Do you remember an ice cream cone on a warm summer's eve and a cherry Coke from the fountain at the corner drugstore? Well, Sweet Treats is a classic bakery and soda shop that does remember when. Serving delicious bakery and food items in Avon 6 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sweet Treats is located at US 36 in Dan Jones, right behind the CVS Pharmacy. Bring in a ticket stub from any Avon sporting event or mention you heard this ad and you receive 10% off your purchase. Stop in for a visit and let Sweet Treats take you way back when. Brian Scott back at the O-Arena at Avon High School. 1 quarter in the books. Avon trails Hamilton Southeastern 25-12. 10 points for Zach Irvin in that first quarter to help the Royals race out to an early lead. And they'll have the ball to begin quarter number 2, as it'll be Paul Furlan, Tyler Jenkins, Ross Risley, Nick Wethington, and Eric Davidson to begin the second quarter for Coach Satterfield. Zach Irvin will start this quarter on the bench as he brings in 2 bigs, Wethington and Risley, at the same time. We'll get the Avon lineup in just a moment. There's Risley out top to Davidson. Davidson left side to Furlan, as he is guarded by Jordan Klein. And Jordan Klein, Connor Funkhauser, Levi Bailey, is a shot by Davidson's no good. Sam Bloom, as they feed down low, looking for Carter Van Wansel. That's the 5th Oriole. Tyler Jenkins steals it, leaves it to Furlan. Furlan's 3 from the corner is good. Paul Furlan hits his second bucket. It's a bomb. His first bucket was also a bomb, and 1 minute into the second quarter, Avon is trailing 28-12. Pull-up jumper left of the elbow is good by Carter Van Wansel as he finds himself finally in the scoring column. But it's a 14-point Southeastern lead. Eric Davidson hits from three. And we mentioned Hamilton Southeastern can pop it from behind the arc as well as anybody, and now we have a whistle and a foul, and that'll be the 17th foul against Hamilton Southeastern. And that's going to send Jordan Klein to the line for the 1-and-1 as the foul, I believe. And it's going to go against Eric Davidson. His first, but the 17th foul. Zach Irvin will get a minute-and-a-half break as he returns and Nick Wethington departs. And Jordan Klein is at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Klein misses the free throw, and Irvin clears the rebound for Southeastern. They lead by 17. Jenkins cut off by Funkhauser, gives it up to Furlan. Furlan for three, and Paul Furlan has 3 3-point baskets, and it's now a 20-point Hamilton Southeastern lead, and we're just about 2 minutes in to this second quarter of play. Jordan Klein with a basketball finds Funkhauser. Funkhauser drives, works against Zach Irvin. Irvin not in total agreement of the call because Zach's going to pick up foul number 2. And Connor Funkhauser will be at the line. So Funkhauser at the line hits the first of 2. Klein will depart. Jordan Rhodes returns for Avon as Funkhauser, who had 4 points in the first quarter, hits both free throws here in the second. 34-16 Southeastern with the advantage. As Paul Furlan, who's hit 3 bombs, brings it into the front court, leaves it to Eric Davidson. And Davidson knocked away by Sam Bloom. Bloom will take it, drive the lane, and Zach Irvin with those 2 fouls. Didn't want to take a chance on committing foul number 3. Lets him go with the easy layup with the Royals with a big lead. Floater down the baseline by Furlan is no good. Tyler Jenkins drove baseline. Wanted to lay it off to Eric Davidson. Davidson thought Tyler Jenkins was going to head to the basket. Wasn't expecting the pass. And it goes out of bounds to the Orioles. 34-18. The Blue Cat and 4th-ranked Hamilton Southeastern Royals with the advantage. Funkhauser with the basketball. Drives, and it's partially blocked by Risley. Getting the basketball and getting rejected is Logan White by Ross Risley. Here's Irvin. Throws it out to Tyler Jenkins for 3, and Tyler Jenkins hits the big 3. And Southeastern is having a field day from beyond the arc, and they lead 37-18. Here's a pass that was intended for Jordan Rhodes as it goes off of Ross Risley, and the ball will go back into Avon's hands. Tyler Janney in. He'll come in for Paul Furlan. Sam Bloom departs. Aaron Bodie back in for the Orioles. A 19-point Southeastern advantage. 4:56 remain in quarter number 2. Bodie will trigger the inbound from the sideline. With Risley guarding the inbounds, he'll find Funkhauser. Funkhauser spins into Tyler Jenkins, and in doing so, he'll be called for traveling. For Hamilton Southeastern, they have had 4 baskets in this quarter, all of them from beyond the arc. Here's Eric Davidson driving, throwing it up, and there's one more conventionally made from the field. Davidson now with 10 points, as we apologize for not getting that moved over for you. But it's a 21-point Southeastern advantage. Funkhauser tied up, and they're going to call a player control foul against Connor Funkhauser. Or no steps. They'll call traveling against Funkhauser, and we're going to have a timeout called with 4:29 left to go in this second quarter. And Southeastern leads 39-18. Fans, if you're a business owner with or without employees, you're probably wondering about your payroll. What about taxes, child support, auditing, Social Security? Well, it can be a bit overwhelming, but we've got the answer for you, the Payroll Department Incorporated. The Payroll Department Incorporated can help put your mind at ease where all these problems are concerned. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Call them today at 852-2568 or stop by the Payroll Department Incorporated at 701 North Green Street in Brownsburg. Welcome back to Avon High School. We are at the Arena tonight. Brian Scott here as we bring you high school basketball and audio sports online, xrbradio.com, the voice of Hendricks County, and the Hendricks County Flyer. It's been all Hamilton Southeastern so far. They led by 13 after the end of the first quarter, and with 4:29 left to go in the second quarter, they lead by 21 points, 39-18. It's been a three-point barrage by Hamilton Southeastern, as they have hit 7 3-point baskets in this first half alone. Zach Irvin triggers the inbound to Tyler Jenkins. They are joined by Tyler Janney, Ross Risley, and Keegan Culp is now in for Coach Satterfield. Driving is Janney, sends it out to Irvin. Irvin able to gather it back in, drives, loses the basketball, ball still loose, tapped out to Janney. Janney left side, Jenkins for three, and Jenkins hits number 8 in this contest. He has 8 points, and the lead's 42-18. Avon looks to get it down low. They do to Logan White. White goes in, has his shot partially blocked by Risley. Ball is still loose, and Funkhauser gathers it up and lays it off glass. 8 points for Connor Funkhauser. 42-20 is our score. Irvin with the basketball, left side Tyler Jenkins. Jenkins drives, thinks about the three, but pulls it back down, sends it to Janney over on the right wing. Janney down to Risley. Risley drives baseline, and as he looks to throw it out to Jenkins, they'll say Ross put a foot on the baseline, and the ball will go back to Avon. Wade Traeger back in for Hamilton Southeastern. He'll give Tyler Jenkins a rest. Jenkins with 8 points and 2 threes in this second quarter. A 22-point Southeastern lead. 3:17 remains in this second quarter of play. And Avon has the basketball as Bodie trying to give it to Funkhauser. Funkhauser loses it, but Jordan Rhodes is there to pick it up. Back to Bodie. His shot partially blocked by Risley. Ball still loose and finally controlled by Traeger of Southeastern. He throws it out to Keegan Culp. And Culp will bring it into the front court. And leave it now to Tyler Janney. Janney to Risley as Avon stays man-to-man. Here's Zach Irvin for three. Shot no good. Van Wanzel with a rebound for the Orioles. Gives it to Jordan Rhodes. Rhodes into the front court, and we'll have a whistle, and traveling is going to be called against Logan White. Larry Johnson and Nick Wethington back in for Coach Satterfield. Zach Irvin and Ross Risley will take a seat. A 22-point Southeastern lead, 2:34 left to go first half. As Traeger will trigger the inbounds, and it's been a three-point shooting clinic so far by the fourth-ranked Royals in this contest. 8 of them so far just in the first half. Culp with the basketball leaves it to Traeger. Traeger to Janney. At the top of the key, now gives it up back to Keegan Culp. Culp from the left elbow, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounded by Bodie of Avon. Aaron brings it into the front court, and now will pull it back. There's Funkhauser now to Bodie. Bodie loses the basketball to Nick Wethington. Wethington to Traeger. Traeger into the front court to Janney. Tried to lob it down low to Johnson, but the pass was intercepted by Aaron Bodie. Here's Jordan Rhodes with the basketball. Drives in the lane. Loses the basketball, and it'll go off his leg, and the ball goes back to Hamilton Southeastern. Paul Furlan back in. He'll come in for Tyler Janney, while Sam Bloom will come in for Coach Jason Young. He'll give Aaron Bodie a rest. 1:50 left to go first half. Southeastern's lead remains at 22, 42-20. As Eric Davidson gives the ball back to Traeger. Wade Traeger into the front court, right side to Davidson. Had to go chase it back down, but retrieves it. Davidson leaves it off for Wethington. Wethington's shot is short, and on the rebound, trying to get the putback, a whistle will stop play, and a foul will be called against the Orioles. Funkhauser will pick up his second, the fourth team foul against the Orioles, and to the line will be Nick Wethington for Hamilton Southeastern. Wethington hits the first. Royals have 18 fouls, but they have been able to limit that here late in the quarter. Wethington with one more free throw. He nails them both. Substitution as Jordan Klein's back in for the Orioles. He'll take over for Connor Funkhauser. 44-20. The fourth-ranked Royals out in front. 1:38 left to go first half. Klein will bring it up the court for Avon. And he'll go left side. Here's Carter Van Wansel, who the Orioles need to have him start putting up some points. Here's a drive by Rhodes. Shot no good. Southeastern with the rebound. Davidson, crossover dribble, picks it up, gives it up to Traeger, who will give it to Furlan, back to Wade Traeger. Or back to Davidson. Davidson down low to Wethington. Wethington in the paint, put up with a right hand, shot no good. Rebound by Sam Bloom of Avon as we approach the final minute left to go in this first half. Klein almost traveled, but was able to keep his pivot foot. Bloom, nowhere to go but throw it up. And the ball is corralled and rebounded by Hamilton Southeastern with 45 seconds left to go first half. Davidson will back it up to the midcourt stripe, and now Jordan Rhodes is going to be called for a blocking foul. It'll be Rhodes' second, as Tyler Jenkins will come in for Wade Traeger. It's the 15th foul against Avon, and Tyler Jenkins will take it out right in front of the scorer's table. 44-20, Southeastern with the lead. They'll throw it into the backcourt to Paul Furlan. And Furlan will bring it into the front court, right side. Stops and backs it up. And now another whistle and another foul. This one looks like it'll go against Jordan Klein. It'll be the 16th foul against Avon. And the second foul against Klein. So the next foul by Avon puts the Royals at the line, as Jenkins, to trigger the inbound from the sidelines, finds Eric Davidson. Under 30 seconds left to go first half. Davidson met by Carter Van Wansel. And now gives it to Paul Furlan, guarded by Jordan Klein. Furlan left side to Davidson. Davidson right side, under 15 left to go in the first half. This is Paul Furlan. He drives baseline, little right-hand runner. It's no good. Rebounded by Jordan Rhodes. Stolen away by Eric Davidson. Davidson throws it up, and a blocking foul is going to be called against Avon. Team foul number 7. Sam Bloom will be called for his first. And they'll say this is a two-shot foul for Eric Davidson. Davidson is 1 of 1 from the line. He has 10 points. Now he has 11 as he hits the first of 2. It makes it a 25-point Southeastern lead with 3 2/10 seconds remaining in this first half. Second free throw is good. And the lead is up to 26. And now the ball is from three-quarters court is no good, and that's the end of the first half. Hamilton Southeastern raced to an 8-2 run to begin the game. They've never looked back. And at the break, they lead Avon 46-20. Fans, we'd like to thank our corporate sponsor, the Hendricks video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, as well as their title sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. Thank you, Hendricks County Flyer, for allowing us to bring you Avon varsity basketball live on the air. And fans, remember when listening to Superman on the radio was all there was? Remember when your friends and family dining together and enjoyed it? Remember when bakeries were real and coffee didn't cost $4 a cup? Sweet Treats is a classic bakery and soda shop that does remember when. Serving delicious bakery and food items in Avon 6 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sweet Treats is located at US 36 and Dan Jones Road, right behind the CVS Pharmacy. Bring in a ticket stub from any Avon sporting event or mention you heard this ad on the air and receive 10% off your purchase. Stop in and for a visit and let Sweet Treats take you way back when. We're at the break at Avon High School. Hamilton Southeastern, ranked number 4 in the state of Indiana, leads the Avon Orioles 46-20. Fans here at Avon, they're going to have a very special halftime dedication as they will be honoring the 2012 Avon volleyball team as they won the Indiana State Volleyball Championship this year. You're watching high school basketball on Audio Sports Online, xrbradio.com, and via the Hendricks County Flyer.
Thank you, Laura. A few attributes that I know I learned while I was in high school athletics, which was only just a few years ago, that helped me personally excel in my military career includes teamwork, dedication, and discipline. This team, above all other volleyball teams in the state, demonstrated each one of these attributes. Because you can't win a state championship without teamwork.
Welcome back to the Arena at Avon High School. Brian Scott here, high school basketball and audio sports online. On a Friday night, it's been all Hamilton Southeastern as the fourth-ranked Royals lead the Avon Orioles at the break by the score of 46-20. Avon jumped out to an 8-2 run to begin this contest, and they've really never looked back. They've done it on the strength of some perimeter shooting. They have 8 threes in the first half alone. 24 of the 46 points come from beyond the arc, while limiting Avon's best perimeter shooting, Carter Van Wansel, to only a single 2-point basket in that first half. Let's give you our halftime stats first for the visiting Hamilton Southeastern Royals. They're led by 12 points by Eric Davidson. Zach Irvin had 10 points. He had most of those, or all of those, in that first quarter of play before picking up foul number 2 early in the second with a big lead. He's spent most of his time on the bench to preserve from picking up that third foul. 9 points from Paul Furlan, all of them from beyond the arc. 8 points for Tyler Jenkins. He has a pair of threes as well. 4 points for Ross Risley, 2 points for Nick Wethington, and a point for Wade Traeger. Larry Johnson, Keegan Culp, and Tyler Janney have played. They have not scored. For the Orioles, it's been slim pickings offensively. 8 points is leading the Orioles at the break, and that comes from Connor Funkhauser. 4 points for Levi Bailey, and then 2 points apiece for Jordan Rhodes, Sam Bloom, Carter Van Wansel, and Aaron Bodie. Hamilton Southeastern led by 13 at the end of the first 8 minutes, 25-12, and they outscore Avon 21-8 in that second quarter to lead by 26 at halftime, 46-20. For Hamilton Southeastern, pretty simple. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Though I would think Brian Satterfield would like to see a little bit more action down low in the post. Ross Risley has done a pretty good job right down there. He has 4 points and would like to see maybe some more penetration, especially by Zach Irvin and maybe Tyler Jenkins. For Coach Jason Young's Avon Orioles, it's just a matter of finding offense. So far, the Southeastern defense has been stifling, keeping Avon's point chances to a minimum, and then getting the rebounds are the Royals in this contest and limiting the chances for Avon, especially second chance baskets. So we'll see how things go here in the second half with Avon trailing by 26 and looking to see what they can do here against the Hamilton Southeastern team that has won their last 8 in a row. And as I mentioned in the pregame show, they hold their destiny in their own hands as far as the Hoosier Crossroads Conference Championship. And that is something that, barring just about anything else, the Royals, have their sights set on a 4th consecutive ACC title. Avon will have the basketball to begin the second half, and it'll be Jordan Rhodes, Jordan Klein, Carter Van Wansel, Aaron Bodie, and Connor Funkhauser to start the third quarter for Coach Jason Young. Orioles in the white, Royals in the blue. For Coach Satterfield, it'll be Paul Furlan, Tyler Jenkins. Driving baseline is Connor Funkhauser, and he will be fouled on the way to the cup. Starting 5 for Coach Satterfield as we get the foul is against Tyler Jenkins, his second. First team foul for the Royals in the second half. It is Paul Furlan, Zach Irvin, Tyler Jenkins, Eric Davidson, Ross Risley. Those are the 5 that will start the second half. Those are the 5 that started the game. And Connor Funkhauser at the line to shoot a pair. Funkhauser in the first half was 4 of 7 from the line, but he misses both of these. He had 8 points in the first half, and it remains a 26-point lead. And there's Tyler Jenkins, shot long into the hands of Bodie. Well, I mentioned Coach Satterfield probably looking for more drives to the basket instead of just relying on everything from beyond the arc. And while Hamilton Southeastern hit on 8 3-point baskets, better to get the higher percentage shots closer to the cup. Ball went out of bounds off a Royal, and Rhodes inbounds to Funkhauser. Turnaround jumper, no good. Tapped out of bounds by Aaron Bodie, and the ball goes back into the hands of Hamilton Southeastern. Just underway, third quarter here at Avon High School. Brian Scott with you tonight. High school basketball on ASO. As Paul Furlan splits a pair of Orioles, finds Davidson, alley-oop to Irvin, but Irvin might have been upset by Carter Van Wansel, just couldn't get there, couldn't get a hand on the basketball, and now we'll have a traveling violation as Aaron Bodie went down awkwardly at the free throw line, so much so Paul Furlan, and Bodie is limping noticeably, and he is trying to make it over to the bench on his own power, which he does. As he heads toward the bench, and really with no place to sit down. So coming in will be Sam Bloom as the Royals get into the front court. Davidson sends it to Jenkins. Jenkins to Risley in the paint. Spins in the lane, but spun just a little bit too much, and he'll be called for steps. We're 53 seconds into this third quarter, and the score remains as it was at the half. Southeastern leading 46-20. And here's a poke out as Bloom tries to feed Funkhauser. Zach Irvin, anticipating the pass, gets a finger on it, but we'll keep it down in the Oriole front court, and Carter Van Wansel will trigger the inbound from the sideline right in front of the scorer's table. Van Wansel finds Funkhauser at the top of the key, works against Zach Irvin, has to give it up to Jordan Klein. Klein to Van Wansel, and a long-range three-pointer. As Van Wansel finally hits one from beyond the arc, he has 5 points. Eric Davidson comes back the other way. His three's no good, but Ross Risley is there for the tip-in. With Bodie out, not a whole lot of bodies that can work against Risley. Here's Van Wansel, and he hits another three. We said Van Wansel was deadly from beyond the arc. There's 2 quick threes to begin the third quarter. Jenkins into the front court. Ball is loose, and they'll say a kick ball against Avon, and the Royals will take it out on the baseline. 6:11 left to go in the third quarter, 48-26. Here's Zach Irvin working on Bloom. Drives baseline, leaves it with a right hand, rolls off the rim. Bloom with a rebound for Avon. Klein, right side, Rhodes for three, and Jordan Rhodes hits a three. Well, Hamilton Southeastern hit 8 threes in the first half, and with just over couple of minutes gone, we've watched Avon pop 3 of them here in the third quarter, and now we'll have a foul as Tyler Jenkins is brought down to the ground by Jordan Rhodes, and that'll be Rhodes' third personal. First team foul against Avon here in the second half. And the deficit's been cut to 19 at 48-29. Tyler Jenkins with the basketball as Avon has hit 3 3-point baskets here in the third quarter. Jenkins to Risley, Risley to Furlan, right wing. Down low, and as they try to get the ball into Irvin in the low post, we'll have a foul called. Sam Bloom will pick up foul number 2 and team second. On the inbound, and we'll have this time an offensive foul. It is one of the things Hamilton Southeastern does very well is the inbound plays, but this time it goes against Irvin, and Zach's going to pick up foul number 3. So Zach, who had 10 points all in the first quarter but was then hampered with some foul trouble, picks up his third early here in the third quarter. And Coach Satterfield will simply leave him on the court as Southeastern up by 19. Here's Carter Van Wansel, drives baseline, tries to send it out to Bloom, but it's poked out of bounds by Risley. Davidson can't save it for Southeastern, and the ball will remain in the hands of Jason Young's Avon Orioles. They trail 48-29 with 5:13 left to go, third quarter. Jordan Rhodes will trigger the inbound from the baseline. Looking, throws it out to Bloom. Bloom goes right side to Funkhauser. Funkhauser for 3. That one's off the side of the rim. Getting the rebound, and Klein sends it out to Bloom. Bloom's 3 is off the back of the rim. Ball is loose, and they'll say it was knocked out of bounds by a Royal. And it will stay in the hands of Avon as Justin Barksdale will see some action as Ross Risley sits down with 6 points. Rhodes with the inbound from the baseline. Looks, finds Klein driving. Klein is able to get Paul Furlan in the air and then easily convert the basket as Jordan Klein has his first points of the game. And Hamilton Southeastern has watched Avon jump out to an 11-2 run to begin this third quarter. And what was a 26-point Southeastern lead has now been trimmed. The Southeastern still well out in front, 48-31, with just under 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Fans, if you're a business owner with or without employees, you're probably wondering about your payroll. Well, what about taxes, child support, auditing, Social Security? Well, it can be a bit overwhelming, but we've got the answer for you, the Payroll Department Incorporated. The Payroll Department Incorporated can help put your mind at ease where all of these problems are concerned. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Call today at 852-2568 or stop by the Payroll Department Incorporated at 701 North Green Street in Brownsburg. Welcome back to high school basketball and Audio Sports Online. I'd like to welcome our fans from Hamilton Southeastern and Avon, also our fans watching on xrbradio.com. They are the voice of Hendricks County, and also via the Hendricks County Flyer, sponsored by Hendricks Regional Health. Out of the timeout, it'll still be Barksdale, Furlan, Irvin, Jenkins, and Davidson, the 5 for Coach Satterfield, as Zach Irvin will remain on the court with 3 fouls. It is Rhodes, Klein, Bloom, Funkhauser, and Van Wansel for Coach Young's Orioles, as they have jumped out to an 11-2 run to begin this quarter. Here's Davidson driving in the lane. Right-hand runner is short. Getting the rebound is Justin Barksdale, and as he goes up, he'll be fouled by Avon. Foul will go against Carter Van Wansel, his first 13 foul against Avon here in the second half, and at the line will be Justin Barksdale with a pair. First one is long off the rim, no good. Justin with one more free throw. Second free throw is up, hits front rim, no good, and Funkhauser clears the rebound for the Orioles. A 17-point Southeastern lead. It was 26 at the half. Avon making a run. Here's Sam Bloom driving to the cup, and they will wave off the basket, a player control foul, and Jason Young is on the court, and he is in danger of a technical. Bloom with a nice drive, but there was Hamilton Southeastern standing their ground, and Bloom's called for the player control foul, his third, team's fourth. Irvin into the front court, finds Jenkins in the corner. Jenkins drives, pull-up jumper from about 10, no good. Rhodes with a rebound. He will give it to Klein. Jordan Klein into the front court. Right side to Van Wansel, picked up by Eric Davidson. Now to Funkhauser. Funkhauser works on Barksdale. Stop, jump. Shot no good. Rebound by Van Wansel. Van Wansel shot's no good, and Barksdale with a rebound, and they'll call a tie-up. Well, Funkhauser was there to get his hands around the basketball. Coach Satterfield looking for an over-the-back, but they'll say it's a held ball, and the possession arrow favors Hamilton Southeastern. Tyler Jenkins will depart. Wade Traeger back in for Coach Brian Satterfield's Royals. They lead by 17, but it was a 26-point lead at the half. Full court pressure by the Orioles. Here's Irvin, finds Traeger. And they'll send it back around to Zach Irvin. Irvin with 10 points, all of them in the first quarter. Works, drives in the lane. Right-hander is long. Funkhauser with a rebound. Connor, left side, drives, throws it up. No good. Rebounded by Irvin. Irvin on the break, finds Davidson. Alley-oop, and coming from behind is Connor Funkhauser. Irvin looking for the flush. Funkhauser able to disrupt the easy flush. But for Funkhauser, it'll be foul number 3 in the 15th foul, sending Zach Irvin to the line. Zach, who had an explosive first quarter, picked up his second personal early in the second quarter. He's picked up his third early in this quarter, but Coach Satterfield's leaving him out there and he's picked up his first point since the first quarter on that free throw. Logan White comes in for the Orioles, Connor Funkhauser. Funkhauser leaves with 8 points and 3 fouls. 3:20 remains in quarter number 3, 49-31, Southeastern with the advantage. And Irvin, this is his first free throw attempts, cans them both. He has 12 points. It's back to a 19-point Southeastern lead. Klein, double team comes, gets it into Rhodes in the front court. Rhodes drives, pull-up jumper from just in front of the free throw line, no good. Bloom with a rebound, he leads, his putback is left short. And Zach Irvin, in trying to gain the rebound, it goes off of Irvin's fingertips, and the ball will stay down in the Orioles' end of the court, as Jordan Rhodes will trigger the inbound. Rhodes finds Bloom. Left wing guarded by Zach Irvin. Irvin with 3 personals. We'll see if Bloom tries to take him off the dribble. Instead, he backs it up and gives it to Klein. Klein thought about a 3. Here's Carter Van Wansel on a curl. His shot is no good. Rhodes with the rebound, puts it up, rejected by Barksdale. Van Wansel retrieves it, pops the 3. It's short, and getting the rebound is Paul Furlan. A whistle will stop play, and the foul looks like it'll go against Jordan Klein of Avon. It'll be the 16th foul against the Orioles, and the 3rd personal against Klein. Now the Orioles with some foul difficulties as Van Wansel departs, and Aaron Bodie, who was gimping on a left ankle, is back into the contest. 3 fouls each for Jordan Rhodes, Sam Blue, Jordan Klein, and Connor Funkhauser. And the next team foul by Avon will have Southeastern shooting free throws. Here's Davidson with a basketball, looking underneath for Traeger, and they'll say the ball went off of Wade Traeger's fingertips. Traeger looking for an over-the-back foul, doesn't come, and Avon has the basketball. Under 2:27 left to play third quarter. Hamilton Southeastern with a 19-point lead. Rhodes leaves it off for White, and White from about 8 foot out has his first 2 points of the contest. 50-33. The Royals lead. Here's Barksdale. Drives right side of the lane, puts it up. He will not get the bucket, but he'll earn a trip to the free throw line, and more importantly, it'll be the 7th team foul against Avon. Blocking foul called. It will go against Logan White. This is a 2-shot foul, even though it's a 7-team foul. And Barksdale at the line where he has missed his first 2 attempts. He gets that one to rattle down. Substitutions, Tyler Janney and Tyler Jenkins in. Paul Furlan, Eric Davidson out for Coach Satterfield's Royals. And Barksdale at the line, seeing if he can convert the second free throw. That one's long, and Bodie has the rebound for Avon. 51-33 is our score as we approach the 2-minute mark left to go third quarter. Here's Bodie. Spins, left elbow, now is looking to give the ball up, finds Sam Bloom. Bloom in the lane, out to Klein, now to White. White works on Irvin. They kick it out, and trying to get the ball to Sam Bloom, Wade Traeger is able to knock it out of bounds, and Avon will take it out from the sideline. A little surprised Avon has not worked harder on Zach Irvin. Irvin picked up his 3rd foul early in this third quarter, but nobody's really tested him on the drive. Driving left side of the lane, Klein's shot is short. Irvin with the rebound for Southeastern. Royals have the basketball. They're up by 18. Zach drives, kicks it out to the corner. Jenkins for 3. And Tyler Jenkins hits the 3 from the corner. That's his 3rd three-point basket. He has 11 points, and the lead's back to 21, 54-33. And now here's a steal by Tyler Jenkins. Jordan Rhodes a little careless with the basketball. Jenkins finds Tyler Janney too far down, and now Janney throws it away into the hands of Sam Bloom. Bloom steps through the double team, and now the Orioles get it into the front court with under a minute left to play third quarter. Rhodes falls down. Janney pokes it away to Barksdale. Barksdale drives, and a whistle will stop play as Barksdale's going to earn another trip to the free throw line as Looks like the foul's going to go against Aaron Bodie. 18th foul against the Orioles, first personal against Bodie. And Justin Barksdale, who's 1 of 4 from the free throw line, is there once again, and that one's well short, just barely grazed the front of the rim. Larry Johnson back in. He'll take over for Zach Irvin this final 51.8 seconds of the third quarter as Irvin sits down with 12 points and 3 fouls. Barksdale's second is also no good. And now Bodie trying to get the rebound. It goes off of his fingertips, and the ball will go back to Hamilton Southeastern, up by 21 with 50 and 1/10 seconds left to go third quarter. Tyler Jenkins will trigger the inbound from the baseline, gives it to Johnson to Janney. Janney worked on Klein, finds Jenkins for 3. That's off the back flange, no good. Ball still loose. It'll be tapped out of bounds off of an Oriole, and the ball remains in the hands of Hamilton Southeastern with 40 and 3/10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 54-33, Hamilton Southeastern with the lead. They have never trailed in this contest. They've led by as much as 26. They have withstood an Avon run to begin this quarter, but Avon has seen that run fizzle a little bit late in the quarter. Jenkins down low to Barksdale. Barksdale gets White in the air, no foul, but Barksdale gets the bucket. Justin with his first 2 points from the field. The lead's now up to 23. Driving left side, Connor Funkhauser give the bucket and one. Funkhauser with the bucket. He'll get the and one as the blocking foul will go against Hamilton Southeastern's Tyler Jenkins, his third. It's only the third team foul against the Royals in the half, and Funkhauser at the line misses the chance for the three-point play. Under 14 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 56-35, Royals with the lead. Jenkins with 7 seconds remaining, works on Jordan Klein. Drives, pull-up jumper on its way is good, just in front of the arc, and that's how the third quarter ends as Tyler Jenkins with a pull-up jumper. He has 13 points, and Southeastern will head to the fourth quarter with a 23-point lead at the end of 3. Hamilton Southeastern 58, Avon 35. This is high school basketball on Audio Sports Online. We'd like to thank our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, as well as the title sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. Thanks you, Hendricks County Flyer, for allowing us to bring you Avon varsity basketball live on the web. And fans, do you remember old-fashioned values, good food, and good times? Do you remember an ice cream cone on a warm summer's eve and a cherry Coke from the fountain at the corner drugstore? Well, Sweet Treats is a classic bakery and soda shop that does remember when. Serving delicious bakery and food items in Avon 6 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sweet Treats is located at US 36 in Dan Jones, right behind the CVS Pharmacy. Bring in a ticket stub from any Avon sporting event or mention you heard this ad on the air and receive 10% off your purchase. Stop in for a visit and let Sweet Treats take you back when. Welcome back to Avon High School. We are at the Arena. Brian Scott with you tonight as the fourth-ranked Hamilton Southeastern Royals lead the Avon Orioles 58-35. Avon went out on a big run to begin the quarter, but it stalled out. Here's Connor Funkhauser to begin the fourth quarter, and his drive to the hoop is no good with Irvin clearing the rebound for Hamilton Southeastern. It is Tyler Janney, Zach Irvin, Tyler Jenkins, Ross Risley, and Larry Johnson, the 5 Royals that take the court. Here's a jumper from Irvin, and Zach Irvin hits his first bucket from the field since the first quarter. It's a 3, his third three-point basket of the night. And it's a 61-35 lead for Hamilton Southeastern. Orioles with the basketball. Sam Bloom, right-hand hook, no good. And getting the rebounds, Larry Johnson. He'll get it to Irvin. It is Sam Bloom. Levi Bailey. Here's a pull-up jumper from Irvin. His 3 no good. Long rebound will go out of bounds and belong to Avon. As I mentioned, Bloom, he departs. Carter Van Wansel, Levi Bailey, Connor Funkhauser, Jordan Klein, and Aaron Bodie. Those are the 5 Orioles on the court for head coach Jason Young, as he sees the Orioles now trailing once again by 26 points, 61-35, and we're 60 seconds into the fourth quarter. Klein works on Tyler Janney, goes down into the baseline to Van Wanzo, kicks it out to Funkhauser. Funkhauser working on Irvin, and as he spins in the lane, gets the bucket and heads to the line for the and one. See who they call the foul on, and they'll call it on Tyler Janney. Both he and Zach Irvin were in there with hands outstretched, but they'll get Janney for his second. 14 foul against Avon, and once again, Funkhauser cannot convert the three-point play. 61-37 Royals as Janney leaves it off for Jenkins. Jenkins on a nice pick and roll. Ross Risley, though, can't finish it. And Aaron Bodie has the rebound, giving it to Jordan Klein. Klein to Van Wansel. 3 from the corner. That's short off the rim. Johnson has the rebound for the Royals. They run. And Johnson in the lane. Took a couple of steps, no travel, and then left it short on the rim. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll belong to Avon. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this basketball game. All Hamilton Southeastern, as Paul Furlan will come in for Tyler Janney. 61-37 is our score. Perimeter shooting by Hamilton Southeastern, that has been the key so far in this contest. They hit 8 of them in the first half. That allowed them to jump out to a 26-point halftime lead. As they tried to get the ball into Aaron Bodie's hand, poked away. There's Funkhauser, though, to get the basketball. And as he goes up strong, a whistle will stop play. And a foul is going to go against the Royals. It'll be the 15th foul against Hamilton Southeastern. And they will get Larry Johnson for his first personal. Meanwhile, Connor Funkhauser, who has not had the best of nights from the free throw line, gets the kind roll there. He has been to the line 11 times, and he has hit on 5 of those. Tyler Jenkins leaves. Eric Davidson back in for the Royals, and Funkhauser misses the second. Here's Eric Davidson, drives to the lane, left it well short. Funkhauser basically takes it out of midair, drives, lays it up, off the glass, missed the layup. There's Aaron Bodie with a putback. It's no good, and as Risley goes up and gets the rebound, he's hacked. And the foul's going to go against Connor Funkhauser. That'll be his 4th. It is the 9th team foul, so we'll head to the southeastern end to shoot the 1-and-1. So Funkhauser now with 4 personals. He has 12 points, and he will sit with 4 personals as Jordan Rhodes comes in and Sam Bloom comes in for Jordan Klein. Meanwhile, Ross Risley, who has 6 points, is making his first free throw attempts tonight. Risley's first free throw is up. It's good on the 1-and-1. So he'll get the bonus. Next team foul by Avon will put Hamilton Southeastern in the double bonus. Risley misses the back end of the 1-and-1. Aaron Bodie clears the rebound for Avon and gives it right side to Jordan Rhodes. They trail 62-38. 5:34 left to go in the ball game. Carter Van Wansel, double team comes. Gives it left side, Rhodes. 3 on the way. That's in and out. Ball tipped up, no good. Bloom goes up, and he's hacked by Larry Johnson on the putback. For Johnson, that'll be foul number 2, the 16th foul against the Royals. And Sam Bloom will be at the line. He has 2 points in the contest. First free throw attempt. That goes halfway down and comes back out. Justin Barksdale will come in. He will take over for Larry Johnson. Bloom with 1 more free throw. And he makes the second. A 23-point Southeastern lead with 5:20 remaining. Irvin looks over the press, finds Davidson. Davidson back over top to Irvin in the front court. Irvin finds Eric. Eric, hesitation, tries to leave it off for Barksdale. Aaron Bodie was there, but it's off of Bodie, and the ball will stay in the hands of Hamilton Southeastern. Eric Davidson to trigger the inbound, and now he'll give way to Zach Irvin on the baseline to Ross Risley. Risley finds Furlan. Furlan finds Irvin over in the corner. Drives in the lane. Lays it off for Barksdale. Barksdale gets Bloom in the air, and Bloom will commit the personal foul. Nice bit of passing from Zach Irvin. And Sam Bloom will pick up foul number 4. It is the 10th team foul. And Barksdale is at the line and hits the first of 2. Barksdale now with 4 points. He's now 2 of 6 from the line, make it 3 of 7. 5 points total in the game, 64-39. The 4th-ranked Royals out in front. Rhodes to Bodie, left side to that was Levi Bailey. To Van Wansel, his 3 rims out. Irvin comes away with a rebound, working on Jordan Rhodes. Into the front court, finds Barksdale underneath. Barksdale finishes it off. Justin Barksdale now with 7 points, and the lead 66-39. 4:26 remain. Here's a 3 by Carter Van Wansel. Actually, it was a 2, and we come back the other way as Barksdale has his shot blocked by Bodie, but Risley is there for the putback. So back and forth quickly as we go the other way, and Aaron Bodie will get credited for the basket, and he'll head to the line for the and one. And Zach Irvin has picked up foul number 4. It's the 17th foul against Hamilton Southeastern. And substitutions come in. We'll try to catch up for you in just a second as things have gone fast and furious. Past couple of times up and down the court. Aaron Bodie with a bucket and the and one. And he cannot convert the three-point play. Barksdale with a rebound. It is Furlan, Barksdale, Wethington, Chris Ford, and Eric Davidson on the court for Hamilton Southeastern. Here's a steal by Van Wansel. Van Wansel behind the backs finds Aaron Bodie down low, and Bodie finishes the fast break. 6 points for Bodie now, 68-45. Southeastern with the lead. Furlan into the front court, finds Wethington, drives baseline, kicks it out to Davidson. Davidson drives, scoop shot, blocked by Aaron Bodie out of bounds, but the ball will stay in the hands of Hamilton Southeastern. Tyler Janney in for Paul Furlan. Jordan Klein in for Jordan Rhodes for Coach Jason Young's Avon Orioles. They trail 68-45 with 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Janney gives the ball up to Chris Ford to Davidson. Davidson back to Ford to Janney as they swing the ball around. Looking for Barksdale. Low post, spins in the lane and wave off the basket as they'll say Barksdale was called for steps. And the turnover gives the ball back to Avon. They trail 45-68. Klein into the front court near side. Looks, picks up his dribble, finding Bodie finally. As we approach 3 minutes left to go. Here's Carter Van Wansel, and Van Wansel hits a 3 from the corner. 11 points for Carter Van Wansel. His third three-point basket. As they get it, Royals get it in the front court. As Ford gives it to Janney. Janney's going to be fouled by Levi Bailey, I believe. And Janney will be at the line with a double bonus in effect. For Tyler, he is still looking for his first points of this contest, and he'll see if he can get them from the free throw line. And he will not get the first. Wade Traeger and Keegan Culp in for Hamilton Southeastern. Eric Davidson and Justin Barksdale depart. Carter Van Wansel leaves for Coach Young. Justin Hubbard now in for Avon. Janney at the line to see if he can split the free throws, which he does. That's his first point of the contest. A 21-point lead for Hamilton Southeastern with 2:42 remaining in the ball game. Rhodes crosses over, kicks it out. As also into the game now, Ryan Ruff. As Coach Young now starting to get some of his JV guys and bench players some minutes here, down by 21 points. Van Wansel, pump fake, kicks it out. Driving is Hubbard. He'll have to kick it out to Van Wansel. Van Wansel from the free throw line, no good. Janney with a rebound. Janney pushes it up for Southeastern, leaves it off for Ford. Ford's three falls. Had to wait for a second for Chris Ford. It rattled around, finally dropped. 72-48 for Southeastern with under 2 minutes left. And Carter Van Wansel hits a big three. 4 3-point baskets for Van Wansel, but too little too late so far for Avon as they trail still by 22. Here's Wade Traeger, drives baseline, leaves it to Nick Weathington. Blocked from behind by Justin Hubbard. Hubbard with a nice block. Here comes Jordan Klein into the front court. Klein in the lane, left hand off glass is no good. Janney with a rebound for Southeastern. 1:30 remain, 72-50, Hamilton Southeastern. And now a whistle and a foul committed by Jordan Klein. That'll be his fourth. And Tyler Janney will be at the line for the double bonus. So Tyler Janney, who has 1 point, came from the charity stripe just a few moments ago. And he's at the line for 2 more. Hits the first. Logan White now in. He'll take over for Carter Van Wansel. Second free throw by Janney rattles in, and Tyler now has 3 points. 74-50 is our score, 24-point lead. 3 ball on the way by Ruff. That rims out. Weathington with a rebound. He'll give it to Janney as we get ready to go, under a minute left to go in this contest. It's been all Hamilton Southeastern. Janney with the basketball gives it up to Chris Ford. Ford to Traeger. Wade Traeger, crossover dribble. Tries to throw it up. Bodie rejects it, but Wade gets it back. Under a minute left to go, 54 seconds. Wade Traeger with a basketball. Traeger still looking for a bucket from the field. He has a point from the line. Traeger in the line is held, and it's going to be held by Ryan Ruff, his first. And Wade will head to the free throw line with 45.4 seconds remaining. All Southeastern, a 24-point lead, 74-50. And Wade misses the first of 2. Aaron Bodie will leave as Richie Steinmetz is now in for Coach Young. Bodie finishes with 6 points, and we won't know the effect of that ankle injury earlier. If it limited, Wade misses both. Weathington with a rebound, and he's fouled by Steinmetz. Some more free throws coming from Hamilton Southeastern. This time it'll be Nick Weathington, who is 2 for 2 from the line. And those are his lone points so far in this contest. That one's long off the back iron. For Hamilton Southeastern, they will improve to 12-1 on the season. The loss will drop Avon below 500 at 7-8. And more importantly, for the 4th-ranked Royals, they will be 6-0 in HCC. Ford fights for the rebound, taps it out to Tyler Janney. And Hamilton Southeastern keeps the possession. Traeger steps into a 3. Halfway down, comes back out, rebounded by Hubbard. Klein with a drive, right side. Is double team, looking for somebody to throw it out to, finds Ruff. 3 on the way, and Ryan Ruff hits the 3. Ruff's first points in this varsity contest. He hit some big threes in the JV game. Pull-up jumper by Culp, no good, and a little anxious by Chris Ford trying to come in and grab the rebound. He commits a foul, and we'll head to the other end for free throws with 8 and 6/10 seconds remaining It's a 21-point lead for Hamilton Southeastern. Foul on Ford was his first, 8th team foul, and shooting the 1-and-1 will be Ryan Ruff. Ruff just hit that 3 from the right wing, and now he's at the free throw line, and he hits the first, and he'll get the bonus. Makes it a 20-point game with 8.6 seconds remaining as Avon clears the lane. Ruff converts both of them. He has 5 points, and that'll be it as Southeastern will simply let this one click down, and they will head out of Avon with an impressive 19-point win as the 4th-ranked Royals defeat the Avon Orioles by the score 74-55. Stay tuned for a few minutes. I'll have final stats in just a moment. This is high school basketball on Audio Sports Online. Welcome back to Avon High School, where Hamilton Southeastern has defeated Avon 74-56 tonight here on Audio Sports Online, high school basketball. It was a quick 8-2 run that started this contest for Hamilton Southeastern, and really they never looked back afterwards as they raced out to a 25-12 first quarter lead. They led by 26 points at the end of the first half. They had to withstand an Avon run to begin the third quarter. That Avon was able to dig into that 26-point lead, but in the end they couldn't sustain the run, and Southeastern was able to build it right back up. And in the end, the Royals win, by the score of 74-57, I should have said, as it was an 18-point, or I'll get this right one of these days. Let's give you our final stats here for this contest. For the visiting Hamilton Southeastern Royals, they were led by 15 points by Zach Irvin, 13 points for Tyler Jenkins, 12 points from Eric Davidson, 9 points from Ross Risley and Paul Furlan, 7 points from Justin Barksdale, 3 points each from Tyler Janney and Chris Ford, 2 points from Nick Wethington, 1 point from Wade Traeger, and Larry Johnson and Keegan Culp played. They did not score. For the Avon Orioles, 16 points from Carter Van Wansel. He got a lot of those in the second half as he was hitting the threes late in this contest. Connor Funkhauser finished with 13 points, 6 points for Aaron Bodie, 5 points each coming from Jordan Rhodes and Ryan Ruff, 4 points from Levi Bailey, 3 points from Sam Bloom, 2 points each from Jordan Klein and Logan White, and playing but not scoring Richie Steinmetz and Justin Hubbard. The win gives Hamilton Southeastern their 9th consecutive win in a row. They are now 12-1 on the season. The loss drops Avon to 7-8, their 3rd consecutive loss. In the HCC, Hamilton Southeastern is now 6-0 in the conference. Avon falls to 2-3. So once again, our final score here from Avon. Hamilton Southeastern, ranked number 4 in the state of Indiana, knocks off Avon by the score 74-56. Fans, we'd like to thank our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, as well as their title sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. Thank you, Hendricks County Flyer, for allowing us to bring you Avon Varsity Basketball live on the web. And once again, want to thank everybody that has tuned in tonight from Avon and from Hamilton Southeastern. Our next Royals broadcast will be on Tuesday when Hamilton Southeastern's girls team will play at Pike. JV game at 6, varsity game at 7:30 right here on Audio Sports Online. And for Avon, our next contest will be January 25th when the Zionsville Eagles make their visit into the arena. Tip-off for that game is set for 7:30. Let's get our final score. Hamilton Southeastern knocks off Avon 74-56. This is Brian Scott saying thanks for joining me tonight. Look forward to seeing you next time on ASO. Until then, so long, everybody.